Hello, 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 YouTube Nation. I always got to start off with a smile. Let me get my other cameras going here. Oh, no. Oh, they always hating on me. Wait, what is going on? So now I can't put a I can't put a title on my live now. Instagram. It's annoying. I'm gonna start in a second. I'm sorry. Instagram wants to be a little difficult. Update. Here we go. All right, here we go. I always got to start off with a smile. Happy Real Estate Tuesday. Okay, tantalizing, terrific, triumphant Tuesday. It's a great night to have a great night. Hopefully, everybody's had a great day. I am Toria Howard, and I am a real estate professional here in the beautiful city of Detroit and the surrounding areas. And we're talking about buying you your first home and going through the process. But we're going to do it real quick for people that are looking to become homeowners in 2025. Okay, because there's so much money out here, there's so much that you can get. And it's a great time to buy, especially right now. Prices are a little bit lower. They're gonna be a little bit higher in the summertime. So, but I know a lot of people don't like to move in the winter, especially in Michigan, because it is cold. We about to have a snowstorm like tomorrow night. So yeah, people don't want to move in the wintertime, but we're gonna get it going. So drop a 1 in the comments if you are new to my live. Drop a 2 if you have been here before, and drop a 3 if you have been following me for a while. And I really appreciate it. I would love for you to comment, follow, share this with anybody you feel needs this information, because I'm here to educate, because that's what I do. So let's get started. So, tired of renting? Are you feeling stuck? You're paying someone else's mortgage when you could be building wealth for your future. And a lot of people think that you can't build wealth with a primary home, but it's a start. And there's ways for you to do it, but that's another conversation for a different day. So if the home buying process feels overwhelming, I've got you covered. We're going to discuss that tonight with a simple step-by-step breakdown to get you ready for your keys, okay, to your castle. So let's get started. So first things first you have to do is get your financials in order. Yeah, I know. That's an ugly little word. Shout out to all the people that were getting their tax returns already. I just filed mine. So I don't get a lot of taxes back. So I'm just doing it for protocol. But um, just make sure that you are using this money wisely. One of those things is either clearing up your debt to income ratio, which is your DTI, to lower that debt ceiling so that you can purchase your first home. So, and knowing your credit score. So this is the great time, because a lot of the credit reporting agencies, especially Equifax, are under fire right now because have been having all these security breaches. So this is a good time for you to dispute things on your credit. Get some things taken off your credit. So if you have any things like charge offs, collections, evictions, um, foreclosures, tax liens, like anything that's negative on your bankruptcies. Even though bankruptcies are a public record, they're not supposed to report public records without your consent, because the court did not grant them permission to put that information on there. They just went and got it because it's public record. Anybody can find it, but the courts didn't grant them permission to do that. So that's just another thing. Another thing you need to do is pay down credit card debt and avoid new debt before applying. You do not want to apply for any new debt. That's the thing. And you can use so many different methods to pay down your credit cards. You have an avalanche method where you start with the highest either interest or balance, and you throw most of your money there and pay the minimums on your other ones so you can keep up with it, but throw the most money there, and it's, avalanche that payment on down to the rest of them, and you'll knock it out. Some people like the smaller victory, so you start with the snowball method. So with the snowball method, you start with the smallest and then roll it up. So that's how that goes. But understanding how to pay down them credit cards and avoid applying for new debt within the next 3 months, depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to buy in like a year or whatever, that's something different. But if you're trying to buy the next 3 to 6 months, you need to make sure that you're not acquiring any new debt. Don't co-sign for anybody, okay? Don't put nothing in your name, nothing in that, or nothing new, no rate to get the furniture later on, and all of that. So uh, also start saving for down payment and closing costs. Now there are so many options out here for down payment assistance. So in Michigan, you have Mishta that has 10,000, but you also, if you're living in the city of Detroit, you have up to 25,000 that you can get to purchase a home in Detroit. Of course, it has restrictions and different things like that. Bank of America has a program that they're using. I had a client use their program. Other counties have different programs. So you have to get with your county, your city, your state to see what first-time home buyer programs they have, because the government gave them this money. So it's time to use it up before they take it back. So make sure that you are looking into that and tapping into your local banks and local mortgage loan brokers that you're going to establish a relationship with. Sorry, y'all. And see what programs they have. Ask them how long does it take them to close on a deal, how responsive they are. Build a rapport, build a relationship, and also just know what money is out there, right? So that can help you with your down payment. You might have to bring some closing cost money, but that they have other grants and things like that as well. So, and if you are a service member, a teacher, public responder, those type of things, of course, military, there's special programs and things like that for that on top of the stuff that the city, county, and the state are giving. So make sure that you're covering all your bases and knowing where all this money is coming from. So the second step is to get pre-approved. Not pre-qualified, pre-approved. Now, I made a short reel on this the other day. So, sorry, y'all. But make sure that you are understanding the difference, okay? Understand the difference of pre-qualification and a pre-approval. Pre-qualification is like window shopping, right? Just kind of roughly, softly trying to figure out what you can be approved for. A pre-approval is when you went through all the steps and come through all your finances and look through all your paperwork and the things they ask you to bring, and they give you that pre-approval so you can know your budget. Now, you don't have to max out your budget. So for instance, if you get pre-approved for $500,000, you can get a house for $300,000. You don't have to buy a house for $500,000. Know how much you can afford so you won't be house poor. So understand loan options. You have FHA, you have conventional, you have VA, USDA. You have all these different loan options that you can choose from. And FHA is the most strict form of the loan program. It's a government-backed program. So you have to know that the house basically has to be immaculate, okay, for FHA. Unless you get an FHA 203K loan, that's for people who are buying a fixer-upper, and they give you the money to fix it up, which is the best option because then you have built-in equity on top of, because once you add value to a home, the value goes up. So, fixing that, I did a video on this too, fixing the kitchen is the number one thing that adds value. The master bathroom, any flex space, basements, your exteriors, those are the main areas that gives the most value. So make sure that you are using that for FHA 203K loan for you to be able to find a fixer-upper. That's another option. So a pre-approval makes you a strong buyer in the market. A lot of sellers want to see that pre-approval so they know who they're dealing with, and they'll be able to, move on with their life and feel a little bit more at ease. So the third step is find the right realtor like myself. So make sure that you are working with a pro who understands the market and navigates and negotiates for you and know how to navigate and do some things. So make sure that you are interviewing this person. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of realtors out here, but just because somebody is your friend, a family member, or somebody that you closely know doesn't mean they're going to have your best interest at heart. So you need to still ask them the questions, okay? Ask them some questions, how responsive are they? How long have they been in real estate? Ask them some things about the market to see if they know. Research some things about the market and see if they can tell you and back you up. Don't trust nobody's information but your own, and it'll help you to find the perfect home within your budget. So you want somebody that's going to look out for your best interest. Like I just told you, you get approved for 500,000, you don't have to use the whole 500,000. Make sure that you are not house poor, and if you can find a house for cheaper that still fits your standards and meets your needs and has potential to grow in equity, that's what you do. You're thinking about like an investor. Always buy neighborhoods that are growing, continuous appreciation, has some things going on. Businesses are moving, especially popular businesses are moving in there. We're talking about within, 2 to 5 mile radius. So you want, something, if the business and the business marketplace is booming in that area, your home value is going to continue to rise. If there's, grocery stores, if there's, public, government buildings and things of that nature, the appreciation is still going to go up. If you see a new development coming and you see all this new development going on, appreciation is going to continuously go up. So know what you're doing when you're buying. So the fourth thing you're going to do is house hunting and making the offers. So know your non-negotiables versus nice to haves. Okay. So know what you can do, you can't do without. So for instance, if you are a gourmet cooker for your family, your kitchen has to be stellar, right? If you have to have a certain amount of bathrooms and bedrooms, that's a non-negotiable. A pool in the backyard, that might be nice to have, but depending on your budget, you could afford it, depending on the house. But, think of the things that that is non-negotiable that you have to have. And then, later on, think about adding the nice to haves once you get the home. And once you pay off that mortgage faster than 30 years and have that equity growing, and then you can pour back into the house. Be prepared to act fast, though, in a competitive market. So depending on where you are, it's going to be a competitive market. It is a competitive market here. Investors are buying up homes so quickly. I'm working with a couple of investor clients myself, and they're buying stuff up so quickly. So you need to jump in right now before it's all gone. But in Detroit, it's a lot of up and coming areas. So it's still a lot of opportunity to even build. If you want to build, it's a lot of vacant lots and things of that nature. If you want to build, you can buy a home with a vacant lot next to it, and you can buy it for less than a pair of Jordans. I should say that. I'll put it to you like that. You can buy if you have a house and has a vacant lot next to it, you can buy the lot for less than a pair of Jordans. Putting it out there again, because I know everybody was in line for those fives this past weekend. Hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. I just feel like if you are pretty seasoned, I would say 35 and up, waiting in line for Jordans, if that's your, yeah, listen, I know, I get it. They're still the same shoe, just a different color. You had them before. But if you still want to live in your second childhood, like Nas says, then you're going to miss out on investing in things that are going to grow and help you build that generational knowledge and that generational wealth. Because you can't pass down. I mean, I guess you can pass down your Jordans if you don't wear them a lot to your kids. I don't know. So next thing after you You do that, your must-haves and all of that. You have to have a strong offer and negotiate the best deal. So once you make the strong offer, and please, please, please listen to your professional that's trying to get you to understand how to offer. Unless you know something, then it's good to listen to the professional that you hired. Okay. They are the best. You pick them. So hopefully you've asked the right questions to negotiate a strong offer and negotiate the best deal. So that is their job. So after your offer is accepted, that's exciting, right? After your offer is accepted, then you have to have the home inspection and the appraisal. So the home inspection is a cost out of your pocket. So you need to make sure that savings that you're supposed to have, that 3 months next egg that you're supposed to have for some of these programs, because they want to see that you know how to save money. I have, emergency funds, so just in case they can't get their money, you're supposed to have 3 months of your mortgage payment saved, okay, outside of the other things that you're doing. So make sure that you have that next egg, and you can use that as part of to pay for your inspection. So an inspection you won't never skip on inspection. So an FHA loan, you can't. They're going to get an inspection regardless, and you pick your own professional. Make sure you do your homework on that. You can ask the right questions. I have that in my book coming out soon. So I always understand you have to interview these people. They're working for you. So an inspection, depending on the square footage of the home, can be as low as $200, up to, a couple thousand. So you just have to know that cost. And you also have to pay for your appraisal. And that's based on whatever your bank sets up. They usually sends out the appraisal. Conventional loan appraiser. The conventional loans don't have as stringent requirements as FHA. So a lot of sellers like that, but you still want to get an inspection because even though it's not required in the conventional, you still want to get an inspection. And I think VA loans they make sure you get an inspection as well. So make sure that you understand these costs: inspection and appraisal. I haven't seen an appraisal over $500 yet. So, but that is something that you discuss with your mortgage lender. And the last thing after everything is inspected, appraisal comes back as it should. Nope, nothing has to be changed as far as because the inspection was immaculate. Okay. Because we're not going to talk about when you got to go back and have sellers fix stuff. Now, if you buy something as is, of course, that's not going to be fixed. So you either choose to walk away or not, but you make sure that is written in your contract. That's why you hire the professional so you can get your earnest money back. And that is another thing I forgot to say. When your offer is accepted, you have to put up earnest money. It's usually 1% of the sales price. But generally speaking, you could put up any money, but $1,000 is it's kind of like a normal amount, and you get that back at the closing table. That's just like a security deposit. If you're a renter, it's like a security deposit. The earnest money is like a security deposit on your home, but you get that back at the closing table. So let's talk about the closing table. So at the closing table, you get the keys to your castle. Okay, so the day before or 2 days before your closing, you go through the final walkthrough. You sign more paperwork from the loan officers, and once the appraisal goes back, let me back up. Your loan goes into underwriting. So please, during this process, people, do not purchase anything. Make sure you have told the truth up front. You don't have nothing hidden that's going to come back and bite you. Back child support, business that you hiding and all. They're going to find it. Underwriters are going to find it. So after the inspection and appraisal comes back, everything looks good. You go on to underwriting. Once you go on to underwriting, it's closing day. Once everything comes back, like, clear to close. Once you get that clear to close, that's the best sound it can happen so quickly. Once you get the clear to close from the underwriter, then you do your final walkthrough of your home. You sign more paperwork. It's a lot of paperwork you got to sign at the closing table. You have to bring your ID, bring your patience and your happy dance. And whatever money that you have to bring, you will have to bring in like a cashier's check or get it wired. They don't accept any cash from any title companies that I work with. So make sure that you understand that if you have to pay some type of credit to the seller or whatever, but you get your earnest money back at the closing table. And don't be one of those people that don't tell the truth because they run your credit again at the closing table, y'all. I almost lost my house at the closing table. I've told this story before. I was about to walk out. I was out of the chair, finished signing my paperwork, keys in hand. They said, you have a collection from Chase, a zero balance collection at that. It was zero balance collection. So I didn't even owe it. It just showed up as a collection. And Chase made a mistake. But back then they had to fax stuff. So I had to call them because it was banks about to close. I had to call them, get somebody on the phone, fax over that. I had proof that I paid it. So, I would it end up losing my home. But I've heard of people losing their home at the closing table because of things that they're trying to hide or they did something at the last minute. So make sure that you are keeping your nose clean. Wait till a week to go get the car after you have everything finalized. Wait a week or two. Go get the car, go get the furniture. You pay for the furniture or whatever. Just wait a little bit so that you can make sure that everything goes through and everything is smooth. So with that being said, then you'll say, welcome home. So you're going to start building equity and wealth through home ownership at this point. So I just wanted to go through the home buying process real quick and, answer any questions that anybody have. You can post it if you go back and watch the replay, you can post your questions in the comments. I would love, love, love to assist you in your home buying journey if you're in Detroit in the Detroit and the surrounding areas. If you are a homeowner and you're looking to sell, if you're an investor, I love to work with you and purchase my ebooks, y'all. If you are in the midst of trying to figure out what to do and what the process is you want to really learn, I have an ebook that for homeowners that will tell you step by step of what you need to do. If you're a homeowner, I have something for you. You have to have a financial plan going in, and you definitely have to have a more stellar financial plan when you're in. Okay. When you're in, you have to have a financial plan. So I've created an ebook to show you how to create a financial plan for your home and turn it into an asset and not just a sitting duck. So I bid you adieu. Everybody, my link is in my bio my YouTube is in the description. My link is going to be attached to this when I'm able to change it on my Facebook. And my link is in my bio as well on my Instagram and my Facebook. So check out all that I have to offer. If you need get your finances in order, I would love to coach you on that as well. So have an amazing day. I'll see you back Thursday for Real Estate Thursday. Have an amazing night.